Hey guys, so today's message I will be talking about the verses are this whole thing is based off Deuteronomy 31:6. It says, "Be strong and courageous, do not be afraid or terrified because of them. For the Lord your God goes with you, he will never leave you nor forsake you." So there are other verses out there also that tell us that to not be afraid of them, to not be afraid of I think it's just really them, to not be afraid of them. So when he says that, he's talking about the unbelievers, not the unbelievers, but the enemy that is, in your situation right now, the enemy. So once again, there will be times where you will be in a situation. You could even be you can be in the midst of your enemies. You could literally be in the midst, just like David was. You could literally be in the midst of your enemies, and they will not touch you. They will not touch you. They won't. They can't touch you. Because why? God, he who is greater. Okay, yeah, I'm sorry. I'm mixing up the verses, but I'll put it on. I can't really verse to verse it right now, but they literally cannot touch you. There might be situations where you'll be in that make you afraid of what they might do to you, because you are kind of you're kind of in a situation where you have no control. And so it's like you're kind of afraid of what they will do to you, just like David was when he was in the midst of his enemies, even though he had no control because it was the will of God. He had to be in that situation, but his enemies were still, even though he wasn't getting hurt, but they were still coming after him, that they never would prosper. They never would succeed. But I'm pretty sure those situations made David, afraid of them. But I mean, I'm not saying David was, excuse me. I'm not trying to say that he was, but I'm saying it could, I'm trying to take that situation and relate it to a situation that we go through today, that, there will be situations that we're in where what they're doing to us can make us afraid of them. It can make us afraid of them and what they might do to us. You see what I'm saying? And so that's where God says right here to be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid or terrified because of them. For the Lord your God goes with you. He will never leave you nor forsake you. And as God's word says, his word says that it says, for the Lord your God goes with you. And there's other verses that say that how he who is in us is greater than he who is in him. That was the verse I was trying to get to earlier. So God is greater than any human, anything on earth. So he who is in us, once again, who is God, who dwells in us, and when we're doing the will of God, we don't need to be afraid of them. We don't need to be afraid of what they might do or what they might say or what they might do to us. We don't need to be afraid. Why? Because the Lord our God is with us, and he who is in us is greater than he who is in them. I'm telling y'all, so they can threaten you, they can come after you, they can do anything they want to do. They can keep on, just like David, they keep on trying to get you. But I'm telling you, they can't do nothing unless it's God's will. God will not let nothing happen to them. So you can stand firm, stand strong in your position, in that position, and know that the Lord your God is on your side and that they can't do nothing. They can't. I'm sorry. That's just how it is. Take it up with the Lord. But anyways, so just be strong and courageous, you guys. Know that the Lord your God is on your side, and that, he who is greater, and he is greater. He is greater. So, amen. I will talk to you guys in my next video. Bye.